Good morning, folks. Welcome back. So, right off the bat, we're using my new microphone. Hopefully, it's going okay. If it's not, please let me know and I will change things up. But I think it's working okay. Seems like it is. Seems like the volume levels are all right. So, yeah. So, today I was thinking we're going to do one of those mycelium processing lattices. We're going to start in the middle of a neighborhood and sort of have it be at its starting phases as it's growing outward. So this is just a KitBash 3D favela model, and see if the images are there. Hopefully, we're getting close. Come on, you know you want to. A limited time. How's it going? There we go. Yeah, so this is the model. I didn't make any of this. This is just KitBash 3D, but we're going to use it. It'll be a good time for what we need. Okay, and let's drop back into just. So the first thing we're going to do is make some ground underneath this thing just so that all this is connected. I think it's just going to be a mesh and a plane and 7 and scale. We can leave it square. It doesn't matter. It should be fine. Rotation and scale. Okay. So we want this thing to be growing out from our object here. And I think let's start with the emitter and then see what we can get out of it. And I just want to, because this is driving me nuts, I don't want to see relationship lines. Go away. Thank you. Okay. Now let's save too. Where are we looking? Up. New. 250116-1 live stream. Let's see. What are we going to call it? Favela lattice start. Sure. And save. And I think we're going to make an object right here in the center. And I'm not sure what it's going to be, to be honest. Just something a little on the funky side. Be good, like a seed. Shift A, mesh. UV sphere? Sure. And let's move it till it's roughly in the center. Okay. And sculpt mode. Let's go to sculpt mode. It's very low poly still, but you know, why not? Drag it up and out and out. And just kind of make it a little less, whatever. That feels pretty good to me. I kind of bring it up so that one loop there on the bottom is pretty much all the way around, because I think we're going to use that. Okay. Now, let's play a bit. I'm going to actually move this whole thing, new collection to favela, and hide it. And maybe plane 2. Yeah, sure. Okay. We're going to create, we want to do a tessellation on this thing, and it's going to be an iterative tessellation, so it'll kind of grow out fractally. So we need to create a new plane, S.5, and then 7, GX.5, GY.5. So it's on the 0 to 1 scale there. Cool. Rotation scale tab. And now let's get into it. 3, inset. E and G, and shrink it down a little bit. E, then E and G, and shrink it down a little bit. And then E and G, and shrink it down a little bit. All right, well, no, before we do that, E, then E and G. And E. Okay, and A, just make sure I didn't add any duplicates. I did by accident. Cool. All right. And then here, I'm going to just kind of, I don't know which one's the bottom, so we'll have to rotate it maybe, but let's just going to assume that this side here is the bottom. E. Whoa, okay, too far. And scale that in. Cool. Yeah, so that's the bottom. E. And then E, G, and scale that in. So we're going to have one loop there. And then one loop here. E, G, rotate it. Oh. E. Something like that. We'll try it anyway. Okay, rotation scale. Start with that. And favela, I'm going to bring this back in. I want to select these faces there. And this and this. And now let's get rid of the favela again. And come over here to tissue and tessellate. Yeah, I'll have to go to the data panels eventually, but that's fine. Merge. Okay. Yeah, and it doesn't really do what we want it to do yet. And we understand that. So we're going to come over here, see if I can remember how to do this. Tissue tessellate. The first thing we want to do is thickness direction normal faces. That makes it better. Yes. Component coordinates, we want it to be global. Yes. Yeah, that's looking better. Selective, we want to be on selected faces. Yes. And I'm just going to rotate. It looks like it's going exactly the opposite direction. So let's just RZ 180, rotation scale, this thing, refresh. Oh, it's hard to tell, but that's, well, we're going to do this. Let's see. All right. Now, we want bounds to extend, and they are, yes. And iterations, well, now we're going to do this thing and tab, and we want that face, and this face. And this face. Let's try that. And come back to here. And we want to iterate. Let's try it again. Okay. Yeah. And we want unused as well. And rotation, let's set this to random. Two steps. And iterate again. And we get this funky growing thing. We get some going down. But on the whole, I like that. I don't know if we want to do, we can go up to, 5 is the default to end it. 5 gets to be fairly small. I don't know if we need to go that far. Oh, it's not awful. kind of like that. Let's take it down. I actually want to try this thing first. We're going to get, let's edit this, tab 3, and select a second loop 2, like up here. And then select random. Yeah. Select random. Deselect 50%. Okay, tab. And now if we refresh this, okay, yeah, we get some funky ones going up too. Nice. And now if we repeat it, yeah, 4 seems like a good level to come out to me. It gives us this wacky looking thing, which in and of itself isn't great yet, but we could subdivide it. Let's see, Control 1. I love these kind of iterative procedural things. They're just fun. That looks right. That's cool. And we can take out, let's move these. Collection, let's see, Urge. Bring back our favela. We have this thing growing out of the space there, which is kind of fun. I definitely like it. Now we're done. No. I don't think we're done. Let's see. Tab. What are you going to do here? We'll get rid of our favela again. Let's just keep growing on this thing. Here, or Shift A, mesh, plane, or circle. It's just circle. And just move it over to here too. Doesn't have to be exact. Control A, rotation scale, tab, fill. Bring back our favela. Circle. Yeah, now it's there. There we are. Okay. Now, we did not, before this, maybe even better than this. Let's take this favela, select the hierarchy, and join it all together. And that means you're going to join it. I want to join it to the ground. Maybe not yet. Ground just needs material first. Do I have a concrete? Favela concrete. Sure. Let's see if I like that or not. Should be okay, but come on. I just want to check it out. Updating images. Oh, come on. You don't need to do that. That's fine. Yes. Now, C6. We're going to do something silly, perhaps. Scale this up to like that. GZ up to here. And Control A, rotation scale. Quad remesh it to 500. Remesh it. Delete the original circle. There's not that many, but let's see if it's enough. Let us go. Oh, I'm going to join these together too. Everything's one. Great. Okay, now this, we can simplify, create a cloth. Great. This, create a collision. Great. I'm not worried too much about the quality levels, so let's leave it like it is and see how it does. Let's save. This is a lot of polys, so. On the other hand, it's also pretty low when it comes down to here. Not bad, but I don't want to hang up that high, actually. Do I even make it smaller? Or, let's see, our foot here. It's got a cotton. And let's shrink minus 0.2. Rewind. Save. Let's give it again. Let's see what it goes. I think I might need to subdivide it more. Yeah, let's subdiv it 1. Tab, W, subdivide. Rewind. Play. Yes. That is way better. I think I might even, since it's still going pretty fast, let's try subdividing it one more time. And let us weight to 1, so it's heavier. Stiffness to 10. Wrinkles should be good. Yes. Save. Let's just see what we get. Better, but I think I do want it to collide with itself, which will slow us down, but whatever. Got to see it. Self-collision. Distance does not need to be that much, though. Object vision is going to be 0.1. Self-distance 0.1. I don't mind if it floats a little above, because we're going to mess with it anyway. Liking where it's going. Although, I think I'm going to try to play with it a bit more. Let's take it. I don't want it up that high. I kind of want it below those power lines. I want it like there, which means we're going to have to just 7 and sculpt it. And just bring it back in, which will be fun anyway. It's not exactly even. Doesn't look like it's touching anything. We got a little touchy here. Touchy. Let's move it around that. It's just the very start of this thing, supposedly. Okay. Object mode, and we're going to again, shrinking to 0. Let's not go to the spreading that thing. Save. And we have tweaked the polys a little bit, but we're not worried if it actually acts like cloth, so it should be fine. I think that is better. And one more thing I want to change. I keep saying that, but you know, we want to make our friction here quite high. Let's make it like 80. Play. So when it touches something, it's going to tend to stick to it, which we want, because we want to kind of grow up the sides a little bit. And I don't know. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Let's see. I think it'd be a fun thing to play with, though. It's not doing bad. I don't even know we need to go any further than here. Pause. Let's see. I kind of like that it's stretching out like that. We can even go back a little bit to like right there. That feels good, man. Let's finish the cloth. Finish and apply the cloth. Okay. So are there mods on this thing? Yeah, we're going to get rid of the smooth and the solidify. This is our cloth object now. And now we are going to come in here and smooth it down a little bit, because we don't need to worry about it being actually cloth. So let's just make it do what we want. We can even stretch it and play with it. Okay, so we'll bring that up there. I like that it's like reaching here. That seems fun. This is intersecting in ways we don't want, so let's just bring that up, probably because I smoothed it. Yeah. And we can actually, let's try snake hook, just because I feel like that might give us some fun. A little bit of, ooh, yeah. That is neat. Smooth that down and bring that up. Yeah. Again, start with something, then take it somewhere else, you know? Like, don't be afraid to not keep it like it was. But I think that that's kind of fun. Okay, object mode. Now, that's looking pretty good to me. Wireframe, yeah, we got a good wireframe to cut into this thing, I think. Don't really think we need to go too much higher. Should be fine. Weight paint. And tissue. And curvature. Let's see. 2. That'll be fun. Sure. All right, let me just go with that. Object mode. And add a modifier, generate, decimate, text group, curvature, and cut us in. And do we want to rotate it? Yeah, there we go. So we got bigger ones in the flatter areas. Cool. That feels excellent to me. We are moving along. Let's apply all. Dual mesh it. Great. Move the retopo to original. we got our dual mesh there. Fun. Yeah. It's going really well. Now, let's take this and Q. Actually, before we do that, weight paint, curvature, angle of 1. Let's go 1. Sure. Okay. Object mode, Q, add modifier, wireframe. Out. And we want to use a vertex group of curvature. Invert it. Yeah. Cool. Take off even thickness. Take off boundary. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll leave them on. Fine. Crease edges. Or not, no. Oh, it's for, I see. No, we don't want to crease edges. Thickness relative. Sure. Just push it even further. Factor. So that cases it up. We're going down. Good. And I feel like that's pretty good. Okay. And then control 1. Now we have our thing growing out from this spazzy little thing in the middle. Which I think we're going to redo, or not redo, but Shift-D, duplicate, get rid of the wireframe on this, come to here. Let's get rid of the first one. Oh, I want to apply these two. Clear animation data and clear animation data. Great. So we're going to turn off this first one. So we want this thing here. No. Tab. Oh, it's hide subdivision too. C. Yeah. I, X, faces. Right? Yes. Turn back on subdivision. Cool. Turn the other one back on. And now we have some filling out right there in that space. Cool. And this one, we're going to give it a bit of thickness too, which we'll put before the subdivision. There we go. Okay. So it's starting to do its grow thing. And then it's moving out. I like it. Not bad. Now, something else we could do. Let's take this thing and tab. And I'm going to turn on wireframe. No. Turn off subdivision so I can see what I'm doing. Can we get 2 plus 3? So that's all those outside faces there. Just along there. Okay, so that'll work. Let's grab all the way around, yes. And then control plus 3. Okay, so we've got that. Now, if we go to original and we want this and then this, and we want to tessellate. Patch. Okay. Everywhere. Yes, we don't like it yet, but can we take it now? And let's see, we want global components. Yes. We want unselected faces only. Refresh. What? Can I not do that when it's undo? Undo, 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 undo. Go away. Undo, undo. Just delete it. Okay, do I have to apply this thing? Okay. This object here. Why is everything selected? Again, shouldn't be. Oh, it's an original. I mean original. This object, that's right. And I want to look over here. Do I need to apply it all? Apply all. Let's try it this way. I really want to see if I can get something that's just 3. Yes, all those are on the outside. Okay. Cool. Actually, undo that. And I'm going to apply all. I'm going to apply the wireframe. And get rid of the subject surface for right now. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this will work, I think. Just like that all the way around, yes. Tab. And turn back original on. We got this and this. Tessellate. Okay. Now our tessellation object, we want to set to quad because there is no thing. Yep. We want faces for thickness direction. Yes. We want global offset. Yes. And we want unselected faces. And rotation random. They're all kind of pointing in, but that's all right. That's okay. I like it. And then iterations. Oh, and we want unused as well. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Then this thing, Control 1. Kind of spazzing out a little bit, but on the whole, I think that's fun. I like it. 2, yeah. I don't think we need to go more than that. Although I guess we could, just to see. Iterations 3. Let's see if I've gone too far. If I tried to fly too close to the sun, we don't know. No. Oh yeah, no, we're doing that. Save. Take a look. Still only like just over 30 minutes. We're doing great here. This stuff is so powerful. We could jump to a bazillion polys if we wanted to, but we're not going to. But like all that feels cool. I wonder if it's too much. Let's come back to this thing. Actually, let's come back to our original dual mesh, which was this thing, right? Oh, are we not doing everywhere on this one? This one should only be on selected faces, yeah. Are we getting way more selected faces than I... Oh, plus unused. Right. I don't want the original ones. That'll get just that. Well, let's do both. It's combining the two together, which is fine. Just means I have to get rid of the other one. Okay, but on the other one, which is this one, right? Yes. This is the wireframe one? Yeah, this is the solidify one. We want the wireframe one. This one. Tab. Select random. That unselects half of them. Cut it down a little more even. Okay. And then this one and refresh. And it should be less now. Not jumping up from everywhere. Let's make it a little bit more fun. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's much better. So we get some funky tentacle growth out of it. Still see our thing in the middle. That's looking cool. So this dual mesh, we need to move to orig and close off that. Look at that. Neat. Cool. This funky growth thing going on now. Okay. F4, append. Where are we? Not the river. Wall Street. Sure. Material. And it was lattice. And like beer glass, yeah. So this should be beer glass, right? Yes. And this should be lattice. And this should be lattice. There it is. And save. And let's see what it looks like so far. See where we're at. Parametric design is awesome. What do we got? What's that? Why is that all weird color now? Tab 3 grass. Did my UVs get weird? I don't know. U unwrap. Smart U project unwrap. All right, that's better. This object, shade smooth. This one, shade smooth. And this one, shade smooth. How are we feeling about that? Starting to give us something. Kind of dig on it. Let's do a little bit of playing though. I think I want to take this object in sculpt mode, and I think I want to inflate it a bit in here. That's inflate, right? And draw. Where's inflate? Inflate. There we go. It's going to give it some thickness in these sections here. You know, why not? I don't really like that there. That's kind of bugging me. So let's just come into it, tab, and this, yeah, come here. This, plus. Get rid of it. Yeah, that's better. Again, never let your random control what you're doing if you don't like it. Same here. Random is great when you control it. Cool. Get rid of both of those. And 3, I'm going to turn on and connect it only. And GZ. Great. Just kind of moving shit around a little bit. Maybe you'll never notice it, but I will. So get them, so there are a few different things. Yeah, sure. That feels better to me. I like that more. Let me get rid of this one too. I want to go here, here, and here. Plus, 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 plus. Control X, get rid of it. It's not cutting back into our shape. Same with this one here. Let's do it this way. Like that. Great. Yep. Better. Freeing up our initial space some more, and I think that's what we want. Alrighty. Cool, 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 cool. Save. And what do we want to do next on this sucker? I really enjoy this kind of stuff. Sculpt mode. And inflate here just a bit, and here try to keep it not looking entirely procedural. So if we add some human elements to it just to change the scale around, I feel like it subliminally helps us make it feel ironically more random because it's less random, but we're not using functions to control stuff here anymore. We are blowing that up. Okay, and then let's just do Alt Q to this thing. Yes. And where's my drag? Elastic grab. And drag that down. So we're going to mess up our. We're going to warp our fence so like it's been a little bit distressed because it kind of probably should be. Let's pull that in a little bit. Let me grab the building too, but not too bad. That's fine. Cool. Morning, Michael. How you doing, man? Can you hear a difference in my microphone? I don't know. It sounds better to me, I think. Getting a little used to not having one in my face, but having it be like in my line of vision now, but hey. Okay, yeah, cool. And sculpt mode. Grab this whole thing and just bring it. Notice I want to grab that. Not that much. Smaller. That. Okay, there we go. Sure. Let's not bring that up. Cool. I'm not one who normally gives a huge care about such things, but the game dev TV people are like, ah, sounds like you're using a shit microphone. I'm like, I kind of am. I can't argue that one. Okay. There we go. All that's there. Good deal. Save. Let's take a look at the materials. Yeah, no. Well, as long as it sounds acceptable and you can still understand me, that's really all I care about. Yeah, that works. That is looking better. I want to try something just to make it a little more interesting too. What's our material look like from here? Shading. Yeah, great. Gonna group that up. I'm just gonna call it lattice group. Save. Now, good. I'm glad. Certainly easy to just plug and play. I'm like, oh, I love it when something just works. Time materials. Where's that? I'm really using the other day that I liked the glow blob. Add material blob. Yeah, it was blob. And shading. And Shift A, search lattice group. there. Oh, it's a shader though. God damn it. Doesn't work. Undo. Tab. That's fine. Yep, fine. Just have to go into this one. Tab. Yes. Where's our mix shader? Okay. There we go. I think this is color 2. Let's see. Shift A, search lattice group. This one I think we can do. I just don't remember which one it goes to, but we'll see. Here to here. Yeah. And this one, I just want to see what happens if we make it bright. Yes, okay, so that is the right way. Cool. We're going to call it glowing lattice instead of blob. And our color, the second one, let's just do that. And up, let me get rid of this. First color no longer matters. Second color should now be that, yeah. Pattern scale, 10. Or 0.1. Yeah. 0.2. 8. That's a little much. I'm just going to kind of find it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's looking okay. I kind of want to do this glow thing. Not sure about this color though. I just want to do some different fun things there. Let's see if we can find textures. Just looking for a good varied, like not very varied, but a little varied. Not very, very varied, just a little varied, you know, yeah. Here's a seamless grass. Let's bring that in. And we're going to make this box with a blend of 1. And going to make it generated. Now there's going to be a slight difference. You may not even be able to see it, but yeah. Slight difference in our texture. And tab and strength. I'm going to make this strength just like 1. Yeah. So it's glowing, but it's not like really glowing. And then this should also be glowing lattice. Yeah. Cool. Just to make it more interesting, like it's doing something. feel like we lost all of our fucking materials on this thing, and that's frustrating. I wonder if now... Okay. Can I just bring it in again? Because, like, it just looks like ass now. I am unhappy with that. My understanding with audio is it's not quite that subjective, but kinda. That it does happen. Where's our UV? Gonna get rid of that one. And see if that makes it better. Yes, that does make it better. It always defaults to the first UV, so whoever made this one didn't call UV map, so it gets weird. I don't know what this max map channel is, but I'm not worried about it. We're back to having what we want. Cool. Save. All right. So I'm liking this thing. It's feeling pretty good to me. This one, I wonder if we can't. Let's make it a new glowing lattice. Make it brighter. We'll call glowing lattice bright. Just because it's the center thing and we want to kind of give it a little bit more interest and a point of interest. Strength of 5. Let's see what that looks like. I think you guys have probably figured out by now. A lot of this stuff from me, like, oh, let's try something. Yeah, I don't know. So, you know, yeah, I think that is better. That's that, and that is, oh, but it did it all. Oh, you made it all, didn't it? I think. Let's look and see. Shading. Because it's in the same group. So I bet you I changed it all. And I didn't want to. It looks brighter. Yeah. Blob 1. Tab. Yeah, and back to 1. Yes. Okay, now I can see that there's a difference. Even though I made a new material, the node was still being shared but inside this blob 1, and that's why it changed both of them. If that didn't make sense to my just rambling. You probably didn't want to stand between that middle structure and the buildings. Yeah, probably not. Even if this took a matter of hours or whatever, I don't think you really wanted to be a part of that. This is not a good time to be playing football. You know, I like the glow. I think that's fun. Now, there shouldn't be electricity on in here, but it would be fun to light that up and have it be glowing. Like it just sort of happened. And fun almost always wins for me. So let's see. Let's see, what do we got? What is this? This is our favela lights. Okay. Shading. Emission. Strength. 500. Probably needs to be more than that even. 5,000. That might be too much, but let's see. Yeah, cool. So we got that. Let's check our world. And just give it a nice night background. Let's see if we can find such a thing. SDR maker, import, images, 62, JPEG. That's the darkest we got on this one. Let's go to another one. 43, JPEG. Let's go to 1201. Sure. 1201 sounds good. For at least this idea. Let's see. Add. Yeah, that kind of works. What else do we want to do to it? I think it's a good amount of light. Favela lights. Transmission. I want to change this whole color thing, I think. Just to give us more of the kind of control I like to have over it, we should be able to do... Well, let's look and see. First off, what's our light? It's not awful. What happens if we just remove that and we just do a search temp or color temp? What is temperature? Color. No. What's it called? I thought it was temperature. Search. No. Where are we? Color. No. Converter. No. Black body. There we go. Black body to color. And yes, 4,500. Maybe even 4,000. We can play with kind of how warm we want to make the lights by just changing the color temperature here. I think that works well. Cool. I feel like it does match reasonably well. And I think we might... Let's look at this thing. Let's take a look. It's got 2. 3 would be fun, possibly. Let's turn it off. Take it to 1. Now, weight mode. Over here, tissue, curvature. Gets everything. Angle of 5. 10, 20. No. Let's try weight formula instead. Curly stripes. We do have global coordinates. Interesting. Let's remember that for later. And then harmonic. Cool. That'll work. Now, let's add a modifier, deform, displace, vertex group, harmonic 1, strength, just a little bit. Wee, too much. Something like that. Let's see. Without it, with it, yeah. Cool. And then let's duplicate our subdivide again. And move it after the displace. To smooth things down a little bit, just to see if we get a little bit more bumpage into it. So without width, I think width is definitely better. We could give it a texture as well. We might as well try. Texture 2 is texture 1. We said texture 2, right? Yeah. Texture 2 is going to be distorted noise. Subtle enough you're not really seeing a huge difference on it, but I think we'll go with it. You can smell the quality even if you can't, see it. Yeah, that's what it is. How big do I make? Roughly on average, somewhere between 50 and 100 meters radius. It depends, but normally I do a scale by somewhere between 15 and 50. So I guess that would be, and it's on the side, so 30 to 100. 30 is pretty rare. Normally it's 25 or more, or so 50 or more. That's better. Yeah, I think that does work. You want to add one more subdivision to it? Part of me does. Let's save first, just to see. If we give it one more, it'll give it more room for the displays to do things, which will be fun, possibly. Although we don't want it to get too bumpy either, so we will see. Yeah, no, I like that. That definitely gives us, you can see there's more bumps in here now than from before. Also added like 2 million polys, but whatever. So let's see, this ground is what? 76 meters. Yep. That feels good. Now, I want to put a couple people in here, I think. I think it's going to be silly, but, or it might be silly. Let's look. Crowd Pro or let's do this one. Excuse me, because we do some single sport. I want a couple guys in shorts, basically, like, what the fuck? Anthony. Problem is, there's no what the fuck. Daily life. Ooh, paint me like one of your French girls. There we go. I'm going to put him here if I can. High poly. Import. Yeah, no shit, dude. I'd be looking that way too if it were me. And this thing doesn't expand so fast that it's a particular danger. Like, it probably grew to this level over like 2 days, which if you think about it is damn fast, but it's not going to eat you. Gabriel. He's going to be in, what do we got in sport? No, none of those. There we go. And we'll put him right here too. Oh, come on. There. Import. Okay. Gabriel. RZ. The panic here. Yeah. This is after dark, so my feeling is like if we were storytelling, it's like the locals are now coming out when the invaders are not everywhere, going, "What the fuck is going on?" I mean, they do live here. I feel like there would be something, you know. Let's do one more. Let's do. They're all pretty much the same, but let's do her. In. Just that one. And put her there. None of these are high-res people, so we'll have to be aware of that. In that, like, they don't really stand up to being super close viewed. On the other hand, it is also dark. Let's see. What do we get? We could try a couple. I mean, the other option would be to put like a bunch of people, like it's kind of a crowd gathering around it going, "What the fuck?" But I don't know if we're going to go that far. Yeah, the mycelium are weird too because they're not like the host just killed a bunch of people when they invaded. The mycelium just doesn't care. If you live, you die. It's kind of on them unless they have some use for you. They don't give a damn. So it's like they might fumigate the bugs before they took over a space, but they wouldn't go out of their way to enslave the bugs. And we're bugs. So they know that these things will take care of people eventually. They're not worried about it. I do find it funny that people seem to like this group more just because they do eco-y stuff and they're green. I'm like, yeah, they're green. They're also just evil. But, you know, hey, it is possible to be both. Maybe I need to model one of the, you know, the mass graves they just dump bodies in to use for organic processing. That could be fun. Come on. Update those images. Take it forever, dude. I'm just gonna go back to here for right now. Okay. Save. Let's see if we can find a shot we like. I want to edit this. Sculpt mode. Oh, it could be bad because it's... How rough is it going to be? Because it's not applied. That wasn't too bad. That's fine. And then this is up a bit. You always want to, at least I always want to, like, oh, I keep seeing things where it's like, oh, it's just this one vertex is kind of slightly off. Like, after a while, you just have to say, screw it. But I never want to. There we go. That's better. Okay. Come on. All right, whatever. I'm not going to mess with it. All right, cool. So the camera here, let's start playing with that. Yeah, camera. Photographer. All right, Alexa 65. Anamorphic Cook lens, but let's take it wider to like 35. Again, resolution 239. Slow that down. There we go. Something like that. Could be fun. Focus on that. And save. Let's see if it's going to let me finish finding those materials. Loading, kind of updating shaders. Yes, yes. There we go. Now it's doing it. Maybe. Do. Come on. I could close this, but is there anything else I want to grab from it to kind of punch up our scene a bit? It's all the glowing things make it take longer to do this too. The fact that we have light streaks everywhere through a high poly object makes it take forever to load. So it's like, all right, fine. We put fog in this one, it would take forever. I try to avoid that. You should be done updating the images though soon, guys. Really. It shouldn't be that much more. Let's just make sure it's saved. Come on, hard drive. You can do it. Come on, Blender. There we go. Cool. Yeah, not into that as part of our scene, but the lights are there now. Cool. I think I want to move that. Which probably just means move the camera, but I don't really super like how that's looking right there in my camera view. Let's come in a bit closer to there. I feel like that's a better camera view anyway. focus on him. Save. Oh, this is going to be a pain in my ass if it takes this long every time. I wonder if I apply all on this, if it'll be better. Let's try. Because I think I'm done stretching it. So let's try applying it, see if it'll help us. Okay, that's better. That's just a collision. This, let's apply on this one too. Our tessellation, apply all on it too. Everything's getting busy. There we go. Okay. Big thing, right. Save. And if you're going to be a pain in my ass, we'll have to figure it out. But I might even just change that material for right now. Well, let's see. It's looking pretty good though. So I'm sort of sad that if it I'm going to have to deal with this every time until it renders. It's just emissive materials are expensive, and we have a lot of very detailed emissive patterns. They also look cool, so it's one of those like, fine. Let's see. It's taking forever. I think I'm just going to, for the purposes of now, setting up our shot, because it doesn't really change too much of the composition. Maybe I'll turn it off for right now. Shading. Instead of glowing lattice, I'm just going to go with lattice. And I can always change it back. And I think it'll help us out. And this one, instead of glowing lattice bright, it's just going to be lattice. Let's see if that's faster. Yes. See what I mean? Much faster. And it doesn't really change our lighting scenario. So, okay, we need to add some light on those kids or people, but overall, it's not bad. Let's do just in lights, light area, classic film. We're going to go with a disc of 3 meters in radius, maybe even 5 meters in radius. And power of 500, just so I can see everybody. Yeah. Rotate it slightly. Color, let's take it to 8500 and power of 100. Gets kind of brighter everywhere, but I like it. I think that's a good one. Yeah, definitely. You can see here already we need to fix him so he's not tangenting. Great. And then now, let's do here, lights, Shift A, light area, RX minus 90, no, RX 90, yes. Shape is going to be a rectangle. Stretch it to there, right? Pretty much. What? Ugh, come on. There we go. Too stretched. In. Just kind of trying to sort of line it up. Color is going to be 4500 and power is going to be 100. Yeah, gives us just like, again, no, yes. I think yes is good. And also it means that now we're looking at these people, but we're not really clear on just how low poly they are, which is good because they are kind of low poly. And cool. Come back here. This is in favela, right? Yeah, we're gonna move this new collection to ground. Now we're going to come on, turn this on here. Yes, geoscatter, grab ground, biome scatter. Let's see what we got. Reload your biome library. Yes, we know. Bring it back. And we're going to grab this one. It's going to be too much stuff. We know that, but it's okay. Warnings. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Go away. So the first thing we're going to do is upward obstruct favela. So nothing underneath the buildings. Great. And now we can kind of come in and take a look. Trash heaps. Turn on. Yeah. And I think that's too many trash. That's too much trash heap. There we go. Good. Buckets and cans. Oh, did I change the trash heap? I did, didn't I? Cool. Buckets and cans. Good. Can cluster. Sure. COVID masks. I don't care. That's great. Generic trash. Half it. generic trash, tiny. Again, don't care. That looks good. Okay, that'll help us out. I think that'll give us some more realism that we want. And yeah, so what else? I feel like that is good, honestly. I enjoyed this thing. Maybe we'll just call this. I mean, we are at time. So we made this bad boy, which was fun. And this, we just used tessellate with some funky shapes and did an iterative pass on it to get the sort of everything out there. Then we made this here using actually a cloth sim to start it, to drape it over the football court. I know, exactly, but I didn't make it. I'm with you. They aren't COVID masks. But anyway, we made this with a cloth sim. Then we wireframed it. Then we took the same tessellation process and ran it around some random edges on the outside to make those extra long, kind of spindly things, but I think they work. And put them in this space. And I think it's pretty good. I'm kind of happy with it. Lots of fun with tissue. We've used it a bunch lately, but it's just so much fun. And I like, again, how we've got the smaller ones as it goes up and around, and then it drapes. Just feels good. And I think this is a good scene for showing the initial start of this mycelium lattice organizational thing. And I like it. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. And I will be back again tomorrow. Can't believe it's Thursday already. Yeah, I can't believe it's the middle of January already. But anyway, such is life. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, folks. Take care. Later. Oh, hi, Patrick. Hi, bye.